Listen up, Rangers. Welcome to the Geek Chest. My name's Steve.
My name's Arnes.
And I'm missing my Sailor Moon hat. Hold on one second.
I'm missing my Gabbro.
Doo-doo.
Where is he?
Alright,
Alright, we're ready.
good to go. Today we'll be going over the film Predator 2, starring Danny Glover and Gary Busey. And also Bill Paxton from one of the reviews we've already previously done, Aliens.
You don't need to worry about that. All you need to know is one name. What is that name, Steve?
Gary Busey?
Exactly.
Probably my favorite thing in this movie. I love that. Arnes, what's the plot?
Oh, plot's very simple. The movie starts off and shows like in a jungle, right? And then the camera keeps zooming out, and then you welcome to the concrete jungle. By concrete jungle, they means, hood, Los Angeles, ghetto people shooting at each other.
Urban?
Yeah.
It's urban. Very urban.
Ghetto.
Urban.
Ghetto.
Gotta be politically correct, man. It's urban.
I'm sorry. They're in an
It's
urban...
very Detroit.
They're in an urban area. There's shootouts in the middle of the streets. People are dying. There's like 2 cops who got shot. They can't get to them because these guys have like light machine guns, AUGs, shotguns, AK-47s, and the cops have little 9mm, and that's it.
Yeah, because it's like a gang war
Yeah.
that's going on at the beginning.
And nobody can rescue the 2 cops who got shot. Danny Glover pulls up, does the Danny Glover thing, runs the car over there, blocks the cops, Guys swoop in, save him. He comes around the corner, kills like 6 people with like 3 shotgun shots, which is amazing. And all of this, the Predator's watching, right?
Yeah.
So he's
always watching.
He's picking out his best people he's going to hunt down. Rest of the people run into this building. They hide in. Doing cocaine. Loading up like these light machine guns, grenade launchers. I mean, they got arsenal in there. Predator swoops in, kills them all, hangs them up. And then it begins there.
Yes. I'm like, nah. What else happened?
It's just a standard Predator movie, like what you expect. Throughout the movie, he's hunting people. He's looking for like the baddest of the baddest people, hunting him, and stealing their skulls and spines. Simple as that.
Yeah, he's pretty much just hunting down random like gang leaders and police officers throughout the entire movie. And then, yeah, it's pretty much, I'm not gonna say, for me, this one definitely, has a little bit more of like a plot going on, because it's kind of like they already know something's like amiss at the beginning of the film, and then it starts progressing the more and more where you have Danny Glover trying to pretty much hunt down the hunter. While in the original one, it was like an action movie that all of a sudden became an alien movie, like 30 minutes into it.
Well, what I really do appreciate about this movie, like just starting off, it already starts in the action. It gets you invested right away. While the first one was a little start off because they were trying to build up the storyline of what was going on. Over here, they did the same thing, but with action though. And like, this is what you're in for. You're in for the action. Right off the beginning,
Yeah, because you have to show how awesome these characters are going to be, because if they're not cool, the Predator's not going to really have too much of an interest in it.
Because there was like 14, 15 cops who couldn't do anything, and then Danny Glover swoops in and does it all as one person,
Yeah, you don't see the Predator hunting those guys. Huh? Just like in the third one, they the pick the best of the best, and then that's what they go for.
Exactly. I mean, there's like few cool things that happen like throughout the rest of the plot, but pretty much it's basic plot, He finds his people, he hunts him, kills him, skins him, picks on a wrong guy, kills one of the good cops, and then
Bill Paxton. I was always so sad with that scene too, because it happens on the subway, and that part's actually kind of cool, because like you see like the Predator walking and like the lights are flickering, and it just keeps coming in and out of the shot. Oh, that's actually probably one of the cooler scenes in the Predator films for me.
Few cool scenes like would be with the God, what's his name? I don't remember his name. Gary Busey.
There you go.
I was trying to think of his movie name. We'll just call him Gary Busey. When Gary Busey appears, like he comes out of the helicopter, you think he's gonna be this amazing guy, and he actually lives up to that thing. He lives up to the person he plays.
Well, kinda. Because my favorite thing is like they get into like the meat factory, and he's in the freezer because they're trying to lure a predator there because they're like, okay, you can see with heat. So if everybody's cold and he can't see them, we'll be good to go. Then you come to find out Predator has multiple visions that we learn throughout the later films, like especially Alien vs. Predator. And of course, when that happens, everything just goes haywire. People die. Gary Busey saves Danny Glover. Is just like spraying him with this like ice thing as they're trying to freeze him.
Oh, that was a cool thing that they had a one-liner. He's like, Gary Busey's like, guess who's back?
And then he gets cut in half.
Aww.
Sadly.
Gary Busey, no!
We missed you already. Another cool one is when they're fighting in like the apartments. Because there's like the one drug dealer up there and he like spears the one guy up there. That part's really cool. And then the whole scene of like the guy...
Steve was talking about the sex scene that happens before the fight happens.
Well, that part's not quite as cool. Never mind, it's all cool.
Steve's like, ew, vagina.
Give it away. Another one too is the alley scene where he's fighting where he's about to take out the shaman guy. And the one guy's like, bring it on, and then just like him holding the head.
Well, yeah, there's a screaming sound and it just keeps pulling away slowly, just the head. I was like, oh.
Yeah, that didn't last much. And then the final fight is actually pretty cool. When they're fighting on the Predator ship, and that's where you get to see the trophy case, where you see some of the other stuff that he's haunted. That's neat.
I like it though that that entire final fight is good 20 minutes because it starts off in a building, the meat factory. They go up to the top of the building. He cuts his hand off. He falls down. He goes in that woman's bathroom and starts screaming and all that.
Yeah.
And the lady was like, "Wake up! I think there's somebody in the bathroom." And he starts doing those wound stuff and he screams. And she's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, there's that. Also, what's cool too about that scene, especially the later one, is just how much information you learn about that predator in the last 20 minutes. It's probably more world building than they put in the entire rest of the films that we've got previously.
There's one thing I super appreciate is they actually made the predator talk in this one. He had one-liners. Danny Glover comes up, "You're one ugly and the predator's like, "Motherfucker." Or he's like, "You want some candy?
Oh, yeah.
Candy?
Want some candy?" Kids just no.
And there's that other one-liner in a ship. It's just there's actually a lot of them in this movie from the Predator. He actually talks more.
Yeah, this is one of those movies, especially for the plot, the more I've watched it, the more I've really appreciated it over the years.
There's a few things I didn't appreciate about a plot, like when Danny Glover knocks out the Predator first time. Why the would you go over there try to take his mask off to see his face? Shouldn't you just put the shotgun to his body, just
dump that clip into it? You've seen what it could do to people. Then it's just the characters aren't they're not like Arnold Schwarzenegger and Jesse the Body from the first movie. None of them are nearly as interesting as almost every character we got in the first Predator.
Yeah, we get to that part as the characters. They're lackluster.
Yeah, Bill Paxton's a little bit more of a standout. Gary Busey and Danny Glover. But Danny Glover's just kind of like Danny Glover. So
yeah, he does his Danny Glover thing. For no reason, he would be standing there talking to himself like he does in all of his movies, all the Lethal Weapons. He's always like, "Oh, I can do this. Oh, I shouldn't do this. This is going to hurt." He does Danny Glover.
Yeah, which isn't bad. It's just not nearly as interesting as what we got the first one.
It's not Get to the Chopper, man. It's not.
Nothing's ever Get to the Chopper. For the suits and special effects, Predator just looks pretty much as good as what we got in the first one. I still say I like the Jungle Predator better. The helmet's slightly different.
Yeah, definitely.
And I just think the first iteration of it was a little bit cooler than what we got with the second one. But the second one's cool because we get to see more weapons. Because you get to see the throwing disc in action, you get to see the spear. And it's just cool to see more of the Predator's arsenal. And especially the Predators at the end of the film, where you get to see one of the clan leaders.
I guess there's an Easter egg towards the end. If you look at all the aliens that appear, because they all appear around, there's one of the Predators that appear. It looks like the Predator from the first movie.
Yeah.
I've never paid attention enough, but it's there, I guess.
Yeah, just like in the trophy case, you get to see the Xenomorph skull.
Yeah.
And then you have some other random monsters that you don't really know unless you really read the books. Some of them get explained a little bit more. But it's really, like, they do showcase a lot of stuff in this movie that's really cool. I like the trophy case, is awesome looking. The inside the ship looks great. Cityscape looks like a city, so there's not really much to compare it to. But again, this is one of those movies that used a lot more practical effects and special effects, so a lot of the stuff still holds up really well today.
There's one scene when they where it's pretty bad where they use CGI is when the predators come out of the cloak in the ship and with the mist,
Yeah.
you can see it there. That part is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's a little hit and miss, but that was kind of like the problem with the original ones. Anytime they use the cloak, it's not quite as good as it could be nowadays, but it's not anything to where it really deters you from watching the movie again.
And I do like how they explain what the actual predators eat this time. They eat beef. They're just like us.
What? Yeah, they have to eat something.
Yeah, but like in the first one, never explain anything. It was just like action, fight, kill. This one, they were trying to explain more about the predators by showing us like their ship, the showcase, like what they eat and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely a more interesting movie in terms of story. But to conclude this review, in terms of action, not nearly as good as the first one.
No.
Like, the first one was just way more action-packed throughout the entirety of the movie, and the characters are way more interesting. But this is the Predator you want to watch if you want to be a little bit more invested in the story overall.
If you just want to see people, kill things, see Arnold lift trucks, then you want to watch the first one, definitely.
But if you want to know more about the Predator, have some more kooky characters than what we got previously in the first one, and have it in a different environment other than the hard-to-watch jungle, then definitely recommend watching Predator 2. But anyways, what do you guys think of Predator 2? Please let us know in the comment section below, and help us defeat those kaijus by hitting that like button, subscribe, become a ranger today. See you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye-bye.